Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today we are here on my tier list for the 2021 Supercross season for the 450 class. I will be doing the 250s in another video, but today we got the 450 guys. We got pretty much everybody that should be making main events or can make main events. All these guys did make Houston 1 main event except for Bogle, I believe. So everybody here is worthy of being on this tier list. So you got contenders, your championship guys, a few people in there maybe. And then race win contenders, people that can maybe get one win a year, maybe two, probably just one. But they'll probably get a bunch of podiums and top fives and stuff. Average, you got your guys that are probably not going to win at all, but they may get a podium, might squeak one in there, but they'll probably be just getting top 10s and stuff like that. And I'm just slow category. These are for dudes that are just going to be getting last place and shit and like 15th or worst, worst, is that okay, yeah, that's a word. But yeah, these are the dudes that are just going to be not getting in the top 10 at all, most likely. So those guys. Then you got the hospital guys. I shouldn't have to explain this one too much. You got your guys that just KO themselves every goddamn time they hit the track, and they're just never racing. They spend more time injured than they do on the bike. So yeah, you know who's going there. So who's first? Jason Anderson, El Hombre, I think is his nickname. He's a guy that obviously won a championship a few years ago now, almost a few years ago. He could easily be a contender. He could be a race winner, or he can be average. One of those three groups there. Judging a little bit off of Houston 1, which I will be doing for pretty much everybody. I'm gonna have to put him in average, man. Like, it's kind of a hot take, I guess, but I feel like he could win a race this year. But after Houston 1, man, like, he didn't look very good. I think he was sitting in like 6th or something for a good amount of the race. Then all of a sudden, he just dropped back to the hospital. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but yeah, I'm gonna put him in average for now. I don't think judging off Houston 1, I don't think he's gonna get a win. He should get a podium this year, but not a win. So Anderson, you're average, bro. Sorry, man. Now Justin Barsha, this may be everybody's favorite guy that they all got a crush on this year. They're all like, oh, did you see him on the gas in those videos? He looks so good. Oh my goodness, like they're just riding his meat. Barsha, man, he's between these two, contenders or race win contenders. Obviously, Houston 1, he looked pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of a Justin Barsha hater, but he looked like he was a contender. But it's only one round. He's going to have to show me that he can do at least 2 rounds in a row, or that he can at least put 2 rounds together in a season, because obviously in 2019, 2020, I mean, he won the opener, then every round after that was dog shit, okay? Dog shit. Same thing with 2019. Won the opener, looked good. Every round after that looked like dog shit, so gonna have to see more than one round from Justin Barsha, Jesus himself. But he is, for me, I don't think he's a contender this year. I see him as a race win contender. Maybe he gets one more win, but I think the Houston 1 most likely could be his last. But you never know. So Justin Barsha, race win contender. Now this sexy beast right here, Justin Brayton, obviously not a contender. Race win contender. He got a win a few years ago at Daytona, but the class is just so much more stacked. I don't think he has the speed. He's got the good starts, the consistency, but doesn't have the speed. So I'm going to put him in average with Mr. Jason Anderson. Not too much to say about him. He's not going to win a race. He could sneak in the podium. Very good. But let's be real. He's not winning anything, so you're average, bro. Now, Adam Cianciarulo, everybody's favorite youngster. Where is he? He's in the hospital? No, he left that a while ago. He doesn't get hurt too much anymore. Definitely not slow. Average? Nah. Race win contender? Probably. Contender for the chip? Maybe. But he's a race win contender in my eyes. He's got good speed, but I don't think he's quite quick enough to beat the contenders, who you will find out soon. I don't think, I can see him getting third in the chip, maybe something like that, fourth, but I don't think he's going to contend for the chip. I think he makes a little bit too many mistakes, and his speed is just not top notch yet. So, sorry, AC fans, but he's a race win contender. Now, Eli Tomac, what is this guy? Is he a contender, or is he just going to crash and go to the hospital? Where's he going? Definitely not slow or average. He's obviously a race win contender. But after Houston won, man, can he even contend for the championship? Did you see how dog shit he was? I think he was in 7th for a good amount of time of the race. Tried to make a pass on Vince Freezy, and he just went down. Looked like he kind of hurt his leg. But even then, he was just straight doo-doo after that. So I feel like he should be a contender. I'm going to leave him there for now. But if he has another weird-ass round at Houston 2, I'm going to have to just put him down to race winners, man, because obviously in the outdoors, he wasn't a championship contender at all, really. But in Supercross, he should be a contender. It's one round. Tomac always has those goddamn rounds. I think he finished 14th. That's fucking embarrassing. He's a contender, though. If he does shit at Houston too, then he's sliding down here. But it's too early to judge. He's a contender in my eyes now. Martin Davalos, this guy is 100 years old. He's finally in the 450 class. Let's be real. He's not winning the championship. He's not winning any races. He could get a podium because last year he showed flashes of looking pretty decent. I think he did get a podium last year, but I'm not 100% sure. He's not winning any races, though, let's be real. I don't think he's slow, man, because he can get some top 10s, maybe even a top 5. But at Houston 1, man, he just absolutely destroyed himself, man. He completely wadded in the rhythm section and took out Sexton. It was fucking so funny. Good thing he's not hurt though. He's all right. So he's average for me. I don't think he's slow. But I'm kind of believing him, Davalos, a little bit. I think he could get some top 5s and stuff. Definitely top 10s, but yeah, he's not a race winner. He's average, all right? Now this dude, you thought Davalos was 100 years old? This guy's fucking 300 years old. He's been racing professionally for 20 goddamn years. I remember when he used to race up here in Canada 15 years ago, when he was he was at least 100 years old by then, but so he's been racing around professionally a long time, especially in Supercross. But let's be real, he's fucking slow. He's gonna get last place every time in the main events, maybe 19th, But he's gonna make the main event most likely every weekend, but he'll be last. So he's slow, but he doesn't get hurt too much. So yeah, good on you, man. Now, Mr. Kenny Roxon, the German, where will he finish? He took off outdoors. Is he just gonna be slow now? Or average, maybe just gets a couple race wins. He's a contender, guys. Come on, if you're sleeping on Ken Roxon, then you're just goddamn brain dead. You need to stop smoking that crack, marijuana, whatever you're smoking, because he's obviously a contender. He may not get as many race wins, but I feel like his biggest problem has been consistency and crashing a couple times, but mainly just staying consistent. One race weekend he'll be fast, then the next he could be kind of slow, kind of like Tomac's problem before. But let's be real, he is a contender. He looked awesome at Houston 1. I think he was faster than Barsha, but for some reason he just didn't want to pass him. He looked kind of scared. But yeah, he's a contender. Come on, guys. Moving on. Adam Antiknap. This guy made the main event. He got second last, I think. So let's be real, he's fucking slow compared to everybody else above him. He'll make main events. He'll miss some, but he's slow. Ferrandis. Man, if he didn't have that hand injury, I feel like he could be at 100%. I don't think he's fully there, but he looked pretty decent in Houston 1. I think he got a 10th place start and stayed there pretty much the whole race, but he finished 8th or something, or 7th. I should have the results in front of me, but it doesn't matter. I think he's a race win contender. I don't think he's quite a championship contender, but he finished like 7 places above fucking Tomac, so he could easily contend. But I think he needs another year to contend for the championship, maybe even 2 years, and he needs to be fully healthy at all times to win a championship in this class. I think I could see him winning a race, maybe not 2 races. I don't know. We'll see, but he's gonna win a race this year. I'm pretty confident in that. So yeah, Ferrandis, race win contender, looked pretty good. This guy Vince Friese, he's the whole shot god pretty much. This year though, I don't think he got a whole shot last night. He's fucking slow. Let's be real. He's the only guy that can go from first to last. So yeah, you're slow, Vince Friese. Tomac tried to take you out. It wasn't your fault. It was just Tomac was being a dick, dumbass. But you're slow, bro. You're slow. Now Malcolm Stewart, he may have the most hype. Not the most hype, but he's got a good amount of hype around him. Switching to that Monster Energy Yamaha team, he looked like a lot of people when they go to that team, they just look like ass cheeks. But Ferrandis looked pretty decent. Stewart looked awesome, man. Seeing him in the whoops and just the corners everywhere, he looked a lot more confident and smooth. He's got the speed, not quite as fast as guys like Barsha, Roxon, but he's got the top 5 speed. I think he's gonna get some podiums. Not a race win contender in my eyes. I think he's gonna get some podiums, but I'm gonna slide him into average. He's not gonna contend for race wins, but he most likely will contend for podiums, top 5, stuff like that. So yeah, there you go, bro. This guy, Heart Raft, kind of a weird looking picture. That's the only one I could find. But man, I think he got last in Houston 1, man. He did not look very good on the Suzuki, making a lot of mistakes, kind of looking a little clunky. He's slow, bro. Like, Endignap straight up beat him, I think. I don't know if he fell or not. I wasn't paying too much attention to him. I didn't show anything about him, but he looked pretty slow, man. I was kind of excited for him, but he looks slow, bro. All I gotta say about him, bro. He's got plenty of chances left, but, pretty slow. Now, Marv Musquin, the Frenchie. This guy's French, too. Don't know why I didn't say that about him, but Musquin, the Frenchie. Is he a contender this year, man? Like, it's his 5th, 6th year in the 450 class in Supercross. He's obviously a race win contender. Looked great at Houston 1. Didn't look the best, though. Like, he got out to, like, a second place start, and then he fell back to 4th or 5th or something. Rode great later in the race, caught up everybody, Cincinnati and all that. I don't think he passed him, though. But he looked pretty good. Oh, he did pass Cincinnati, my bad. He looked good. I don't think he's going to contend this year, man. I've never really believed Musquin is fast enough to beat guys like Roxon and Tomac in the long run. I gotta put him in race win contender. I see him getting no more than 2 wins this year, maybe 1. Yeah, I got him in my race win contenders. He probably finished like 4th in the points, maybe 3rd. I don't see him getting 1st in the points, but yeah, I want to say it'd be awesome to see him win. He's always a 2nd or 3rd place guy, but I don't think he's got the talent that these boys have. But sorry, bro, you're a contender for the race wins. Now Osborne, he fucking had a scary crash in practice at Houston 1, but luckily he rode good in the main. He looked awesome. He got did he go down the start, or he had a piss poor start? It was one of them. I kind of forget already, but I think he is not a contender for the championship, even though he did win the outdoors. I don't think he's got that consistency in the speed in Supercross as the contenders do. For me, he's a race win contender. I see him getting a win this year, maybe 2. That's really all I got to say about him. As long as he doesn't absolutely destroy himself in a rhythm section again. He's a contender for race wins, podiums, stuff like that. That's all I got to say about Mr. Osborne here. He's like 100, he's like 100 years old, but he's still doing good. Plessinger, man, this guy, I think this is his last year to really show that he can do something, or he's getting off that fucking bike. Maybe I don't know how many what his contract's looking like or anybody else, but I think if Forkner comes up and let's say these guys are still Tomac and Cincinnati are still on the team, maybe Forkner goes to that bike. Not likely, but I feel like he hasn't shown anything at all in his 450 career. He's had injuries and just shit races, but he looked kind of good last night at Houston 1 in the heat race. He looked like he was running down Webb, and then he didn't, obviously. Main event, got a decent start, and he stayed, I think he finished 6th. That's his best finish I think he's like pretty much ever had in the 450s. He looked decent. I don't think he's going to win races yet. If he does, will I be surprised? Yes. I think he's average. Before, I would have put him in just like he's slow, but he looked average, He looked a lot better. So hopefully, I'd love to see him start doing better. Cause he's a likable guy, obviously. But Plessinger, you're still average, bro. Maybe if you cut your fucking hair, yeah. Joey Savatgy. This is the weird one because he could easily be in slow or average. I don't think he's gonna get a podium, man. But if he can get good starts sometimes, so maybe he could slide in like a 4th. But he's average for me. He's had trouble with injuries and stuff the past couple years. He's got good speed, good starts, but I don't think he's higher than average. I like him, but he's not going to do too much this year, I don't think. So yeah, that's all I got to say about Mr. Savatgy. Chase Sexton, the sexy boy, where is he going to finish? People are hyping him up. He's a contender, race win contender, whatever. For me though, he's average, man. Like I don't think he's better than Ferrand, like any of these guys up here. Maybe Barsha. Like, I don't think he's better than Anderson. I don't think he's better than Stewart. I don't think he's better than Brayton. I mean, he's better than Brayton. But other than that, man, like, I think he's average. Like, he looked okay at Houston 1. He unfortunately got tangled up with Davalos. Wasn't his fault, but I see him maybe getting a podium, maybe. Now, he's not winning any races this year, but... excuse me. Damn. But, no, he's average. I'm sorry. That's probably a hot take, but I think he needs another year or two in Supercross to get good or great, whatever, but you're average, bro. Sorry. Brock Tickle, the man on steroids. I'm just kidding. But let's be real, he's slow. He's not, he may get a top 10 in there, but he's not going to do, he's not better than any of these guys. Let's be real. He slots in with these guys down here. Whoa, I'm forgetting. Whoa. I'm forgetting somebody here. Where the fuck is Mr. Justin Bogle? Where is his picture? It's not in here. What the fuck? Do I have to restart this? Oh my god. Okay, let's just finish these two guys. Cooper Webb, he's a contender, 2019 championship winner. 2020 looked like he was the fastest guy. He didn't look amazing at the opener in Houston. He kind of looked a little slow and not like he was just, it didn't look like he was giving her. He got 10th, I think, or 9th. Stayed there the whole race pretty much, so. But I think he's a contender, man. Like, it's only one round, so you can't judge too much off of everybody. But I think he's still a contender in my eyes. We'll have to wait and see, though. Mr. Dean Wilson, he's average. Come on, he's not fucking winning races. He may sneak in a podium, maybe. But he's not. He's average. Come on, guys. He's not better than any of these guys. So he slots in the average category, all right? Now I'm going to go find Mr. Justin Bogle. Where the fuck is he? I know I have his picture here. Where is it? All right, you know what? Whatever. I'm just going to Photoshop a picture of Bogle down here because, let's be real, he just fucking KOs himself every time. At Houston 1, I think he KO'd himself in qualifying or something happened. I didn't know it. Didn't see anything, but he didn't race the night show. He looked good in qualifying, man, but he's let's be real, he's the definition of a hospital. So I think I spelled a hospital wrong, actually. What the hell? But yeah, that's my tier list. Feel free to comment in the comments down below if you disagree or agree. Share your hot takes, and I'll see you next time.